it's Vicky here from the Higgins Art Gallery and Museum in Bedford. Now today I'm going to be doing a mini blanket dig. We used to do these a while ago with local schools, and it's a really simple way of going back through time, showing what objects have been made by people, lost, dropped, thrown away, that sort of thing, and how we can now find those objects and discover how people lived a long, long time ago. Now, you're going to have to use a lot of imagination here, and imagine this is a perfect archaeological dig with my grass and my layers of soil. There would obviously be diggers and spades involved to get you right down to your exciting layers of archaeology, and then when you get close up to those wonderful objects, you might like to use a nice little trowel here, very carefully digging around your objects. Even a little brush like this when you've got something very, very delicate. And the good old-fashioned toothbrush here, so when you get to do your pot washing afterwards. Okay, I'm going to move those out of the way. I'm wearing my gloves as well, so that it's better holding the objects with your gloves. Let's move these out of the way for a minute. Now, looking at our grass here, I'm going to take away this top layer. Now, have a think. What do you think is going to be below this first layer here? So we're thinking about present time, back to about 50 years. Be thinking about what could be under here. So let's move our first layer. Ooh. Let's have a look here. Oh gosh. Probably not a surprise. Quite a lot of plastic. Lots of bits of plastic here. Now, obviously we've been using plastic for quite a while now, and it's a very, very strong, useful material. But it does take a long time to rot away, so it can take over 1,000 years for lots of bits of plastic to rot, but they do give us lots of information about how people live. Oh gosh, look, we've got the red nose here. Oh, and even a used earbud. That's not very nice, is it? But interestingly, in recent years, items like this are now going to be made out of different materials. So in future, maybe archaeologists won't find so much plastic because different materials that rot down quicker will be used. So that will be useful to think about in future. Also, what have we got here? Yes, an aluminium fizzy drinks can. Not one of the latest models, I don't think, but it does tell us a lot about people. If an archaeologist was going to find this in years to come, because we've got writing, so it'll tell us what's in here, list of ingredients, what people were drinking, and a barcode. So they would know that people at this time had computers. So we get lots of clues from our bits of archaeology that we can find in the ground. Okay, I'll move those out of the way now and we'll go back in time. Now let's take off another layer and see what's underneath. Hope you're using your imagination here. Just move this back down here. Now, so we're going back in time. The deeper we go, the further back in time we go. Let's have a look at this here, shall we? Now, if I hold that up to the camera so we can have a closer look. More clues, great for archaeologists, more writing. Now on here we have Dund and Marm on this nice little bit of pottery. Now, probably find some of these around still today, and with written records, we can work out that this actually says Dundee marmalade. So a nice spread that goes on your toast, made in Dundee in Scotland. So there we go. Now, different material now. What have we got here? So a nice glass bottle. And there's more clues on here. You may not be able to read these, but on here it says Taylor, Braun and Flood, Chemists, Bedford. So we know this is a local bottle made of glass. And there's something in it. There's a little glass ball like a marble. So remember back to our drinks can, and that would have had a ring pool on it. Well, if we go back in time when they didn't have that, this would have had the marble here with a fizzy drink inside with all those bubbles. That would have pushed the marble up to the top of the neck and sealed the drink in. So keep your drink fizzy. And because it's from a chemist, so I would imagine this is some kind of drink that would help your tummy, maybe a bit of tummy ache or something like that. So there we go, we've had our pottery in our glass. Now, finally, very good for dating for archaeologists. We have a coin. And on the back, we have Queen Victoria here. So that is really useful. Queen Victoria, we know these objects here are probably Victorian or a bit newer, and it says 1875. So all these objects in this layer could date back to nearly 150 years because we've got the coin. Okay, I'll move those away and let's dig deeper. Back we go further. Let's get my wonderful layer of soil off. Right, now what have we here? Oh, some more pottery, a bit rough, but here we've got a handle. You can probably see there's a handle. So if we imagine there's another one on the other side, we could then imagine the size of the pot, the jug here, yeah? Something like that, you can work it out. Perhaps this was a jug that had wine or beer in it. And the archaeologists can tell how old these pots are from the type of clay and the patterns, that sort of thing, how they were made. So there we go, jug handle. Now this looks like it better clay here, very fancy. Let's move that in there, shall we? Okay, can we see those patterns on there? Really lovely, aren't they? And it's quite shiny, isn't it? And thick. Okay, so very square as well. So this would be a lovely thick floor tile, maybe from a church or a fancy medieval hall, something like that. Okay, put that one down. Ooh, got something small and spiky here. I'll bring it into the camera. Okay, now this is a very useful tool. A metal spike on top of an antler. Now, it didn't have plastic in these times, so we think of where we're going back to now. They didn't have plastic, so you're going to use that animal bone, antler, that sort of thing, as a handle. Very, very useful there. And then the spiky metal would make holes for you, maybe holes in a leather belt or shoes, that sort of thing. Okay, so a good tool, that. So these objects here, we're going back about 500 to possibly 1,000 years. Okay, move these out of the way and let's go back in time. Another layer. Let's see what we've got here. Delicately done. There we go. Ooh, some different materials here, different objects. Let's have a look. Well, let's start with this one here. This is rather fine, isn't it? Probably see it's a comb, yeah? Beautifully polished. It's got some fantastic patterns on it. So, just like now, people cared about what they look like, so they're going to comb their hair, going to make that object look nice, and no plastic. So this is animal bone. Animal bone has been used for thousands of years as a really, really useful tool. So, and obviously for nice objects like this. You don't waste any of the animal. Yeah, if you're gonna farm animals and you've got them, you're going to have all the wool and the skin for clothes. You're going to eat the meat, obviously, and then you're going to get that bone and you're going to use it for all the tools that you need. Okay. Now, a different material here. Two of these. Oh, they're rather fine. As we get in the camera there. And there's a pin on the back there, you can see. Looks like an old-fashioned pin badge, doesn't it? Or two of them. Okay, I think these are metal, probably bronze, more about that later. And you could have these to hold up your tunic or your cloak in times when there were no zips, no buttons, and certainly no Velcro. So these would hold up your clothes. Now finally, look at this. Let's get a nice close-up. So we have here our wonderful spearhead. Now, can you think what material this could be made from that would have been really strong? Yes, it's iron. But we are missing something, aren't we? We are missing the shaft or the handle here that could have come down here, because that would have been made from wood and that would have rotted away in the soil. So that doesn't last through time, but we've still got the iron spearhead here. So how far back are we going now? We are going back, I would say, over 1,000 years here. We're thinking of a time when Bedford would have been fought over by the Vikings and the Saxons. Different times, the Vikings ruled and then the Saxons ruled here. So when we think about the Danelaw all those years ago. Brilliant. Okay, let's move those out of the way and dig even further back. Right, where now? Ooh. What have we got here? Oh, I'm going to start with this one here. We're back to more pottery. We find lots of pottery in archaeological digs. So, showing what people ate from and things like that. So, oh, look at the shape of that bit of bowl, I would say, or a plate or a bowl. Some beautiful decoration on it. How well you can see, but that's flower on there. And it's really shiny and really nicely made. Okay, so from this, I know that this is some fantastic Samian ware. This came from another country to Britain, so you had to have a lot of money to be able to afford this. And it was always beautifully decorated with flowers, sometimes wild animals as well, or gods, that sort of thing on here. And if you were really lucky, you might find the stamp, a little mark on the bottom, and that would tell you which pottery it was made from. So that's useful. Again, all useful information. Now here, something in two pieces. I'll put the head on there. Little statue. And this would have been a statue of a god. So these people here at this time were obviously very religious. And it's a small statue, so perhaps somebody took this away with them so that they could worship somewhere away from home. Perhaps it was a soldier on camp. And often we find goods like this in graves or in tips, and we don't know when maybe they were offerings to gods well further back in the past, yeah? Okay, so put that one down there. And then finally, ooh, can we see that that's a shell? Bones and shells, fantastic to tell us about the diet of people, what people ate all those years ago. Now this, something I don't like actually, I don't know whether you like these or not. This shellfish is, or was, an oyster. Now, yeah, I really don't like oysters. And also, nowadays, these are really expensive. If you want to get some of these in a restaurant, it'll cost you quite a lot of money. But back in this time, they were quite cheap. Everyone ate them. They were a bit like a snack food of their day, okay? And the best ones of these were found in the waters around Britain. And they were the best in the Roman Empire. So as you can tell now, we have gone back to Roman times, so nearly 2,000 years. Remove these. I think we may only have one layer left. Now this is a really big layer, this one. This one takes up a lot of time in history. Wow, so at this time, over these years, we wouldn't find much, not very many people around. We're going to be going back, I would say, nearly 3,000 to 3 million years ago. So we're thinking about the Metal Ages, the Iron Age and Bronze Age, and then back through the Stone Ages, what we call prehistory, so before any written records about this time at all. So if we start with something from the Metal Ages here, now, I'll bring that close again. Okay, can we see? Shaped as an axe head. Can we think what two metals, well the two metals, if we smelted together tin and copper, what that would make? I mentioned it earlier. Yes, it would be bronze. So a very strong metal, not as strong as iron, but a very strong metal, and be used to make axe heads. So there we go. And now we're back to those deer again, aren't we? So this here is a very nice, in fact a polished deer antler. So people would have eaten the meat and used the hide for clothes. And then this is a fantastic tool. It's quite sharp. You could dig in the ground, make grooves in the ground to plant your seeds, grow your crops. And it's very, very strong. So you could actually dig further into the ground for some of your, perhaps your metals and your flint. Yeah, so it's a very good tool for getting flint out of the ground and shaping that flint as well. And to our final object, our wonderful bit of Paleolithic Old Stone Age flint. Look at this. We don't know quite how old it is, but we can sometimes work out from the way it's been knapped, the way it's been chipped away and where it comes from, how old it might be. So this could be up to maybe a couple of million years old. Isn't it beautiful? So this would have been used as a hand axe, held like this, no handle to it or anything, so you would have chopped your trees and shaped your timber using this big piece of flint. Any of the other little pieces you could get, the sharp little pieces, you'd use those for cutting up animals, taking skins off, that sort of thing as well. So flint has been used for thousands and thousands of years and is a brilliant material, absolutely brilliant. And it would have taken an awful long time to have got this out of the ground, and the skills to actually make these into usable tools would have been absolutely amazing. So why don't you come and see Will Lord on a video that we have in the Higgins, and he shows you how to do flint knapping, okay? Wow, well, there we are. We've got down to the bottom layer of our blanket dig. So we've done nearly 3 million years in probably about just under 20 minutes. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Just a bit of fun here. And please come and see us at the Higgins sometime soon. We really look forward to seeing you. Thanks for joining me. Bye.